questions at any time, definitely use the chat. Or if you don't want to talk, use the chat, raise your hand if you have any questions when we get started. The class is going to be real short to the point. I definitely would love your feedback. This is my first time teaching a class on WGA. I have been using it for years, and I used to do copyright, and when I started doing this, I still prefer to copyright my stuff, but like I said, we're going to go into details of why I prefer this over copyright, right, for right now. You always want to copyright your stuff, but I'll go over it. So we're going to go ahead and get started with who we have. Again, everybody can mute yourself, and thank y'all so much for jumping on the call. My name is Jeanette Greenwood. For those of you that don't know me, I am the CEO and founder of Ladies in Film and Television. I'm also the owner of JG Studios Company, where I teach acting, and I'm also a talent manager. Tonight, we are going to talk about WGA. And WGA, actually, there's the WGAW, which is the West, and then they also have an East. But I'm going to talk more on the West chapter, because that's the one that I use the most, is the West. And the difference is just one is East, one is West. That's the difference. But we're going to just jump right into WGA and why I'm trying to pull up my little questionnaire here. Why we got it. If you have any questions, like I said, anytime, stop me or put it in the chat. I'll do my best to make sure that I'm looking in there to see what y'all are saying. And I just want to make sure everybody understands. Now, with the Writer Guilds of America, one thing is it is a union-based organization. It's kind of like for the actors, like SAG. WGA is kind of like that, but it's for writers. I have not gotten in yet, y'all, but I definitely, that is one of my personal goals, that to become a member of WGA. It is, as you can see, I have the website up. It has a lot. If you are or become a member, when you become a member, these are all the things that you have access to. And the website, let me copy it. I'm going to copy. It's WGA.org. I'm going to put it in the chat room just so you can have it if you want to copy that, or you just writing it down, or you taking notes, whatever. But that's it's WGA.org. And you see it has all the tabs up here. These are all the things that comes with your membership. I just go on here just to find out stuff. It's a lot of things that you can have access to, and you don't have to be a member. They have a lot of free classes. I like to come and read the news articles. They got like this screenwriter handbook. I mean, it's just so much information for writers to actually come on here and just grab. That's a whole nother class. I'm not here to teach about WGA itself. I'm mainly here to talk about how to register your script. But I just have to share with you that it's just so much information out here for you as members, and as non-members, has contracts. If you're writing, and that's another class I definitely want to teach, because a lot of people think because I'm not a WGA member, I have to write for somebody for $20. I just threw that number out there, y'all. It's a lot of money for writers that are not members of WGA, what you can charge. So it kind of gives you a baseline. If you ever, somebody wants you to write for them and you really don't know what to charge, come here, because it will give you a baseline on what you should be charging people. It gives you contracts, your minimum basic agreement. It gives you your scheduling. I mean, it's about rights, enforcements, your credits, all of that. I highly recommend this site for anybody that's writing, even, I mean, for yourself or writing for others, to come and find out your rights as a writer. And you would just be blessed by this. One thing that I learned from WGA, which I was like, to be honest with you guys, and for those that don't know me, I'm very transparent. I'm not one of those people that get out here in the industry and act like I know everything, because I don't. I'm learning daily. I research. I love learning. I love understanding what's actually going on in the industry. But in WGA, I was very shocked on the rates that we can actually charge as writers. And they give you the rates for members and non-members. And they also give you the low and the high. And if you look at some of these rates, I think this was the last time it was updated was either 2020, 2021. Look at these rates, and you see this 52. No, that's right, 52,000. Just to rewrite if you become a member. These are the figures. This is why the people out here writing these scripts and writing for TV or writing for theater or whatever they're doing for Broadway, these are the numbers that they're getting. These are the numbers that they're walking away with. So I want to encourage somebody tonight that if you're considering writing to be your full-time job, then make becoming a member of WGA your goal. It's definitely one of my goals. And like I say, I'm not here to teach a class totally on WGA. We're talking about writing your stuff and why you should do it. But I have to promote this and encourage you on why you will want to become a member of this. And it's the writers are making the money. We know that, but to see it, and for me to get on here and to just literally see what they are making. And I mean, look at the low. Let me go back. Look at the low on original screenplay, including the treatment. The low. I mean, are you serious? This is the low. $77,495. And then the high doubles that. Look at that. $145. That's just to write an original screenplay and including the treatment to that. So yeah. So if you're thinking about becoming a writer full-time, hey, do it, because it's definitely money in this. Okay. So let me get out of here, go back to where we were. So WGA is actually, I went over all of that, but as far as the registration part, this is where you can come and register your work. Okay. The question is, so that was number one. So should you register or copyright? I personally say do both, depending on what your work is. And but if you're in the middle of writing your scripts, writing or coming up with a treatment, you got a plot, you got a content, you got a TV show, all of this good stuff, you can actually register your work here with WGA, and you get a certificate. Let me share my screen when you're done. When you register, I'm gonna walk you through it, but I'm not gonna do one, but I want to show you. You get a certificate. This is actually a project that I did. Okay. So you get a certificate immediately after you pay your money. And this, when I registered it as a pitch. If you notice right here, it gave me, can y'all see this script? I mean, this document?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me zoom it up a little bit too. Okay, and you will see It gave me my registration number. This is a legal number. So if they ever need to look up your work, they can find it. They can have your registration number. It has your name. It tells you the type of material, which we're going to go over all of this. I'm just kind of going a little bit backward. And this is why, unless U.S. copyright and just totally changed, it takes a while for your stuff to come back through U.S. copyright. I mean, and if you're doing books and you're doing, you know, other major things, then definitely copyright. I used to do a lot of copywriting, and it cost me way more than what I pay here. And basically they're both stand up the same in court almost. Okay. You got 5 years on this, your effective date, and it's 5 years with this registration. So even if you say, okay, and my suggestion is what I do now is I try to go and do a compilation with U.S. copyright, meaning that I'll send a bunch of stuff at one time and try to save my money. So copyright a bunch of stuff at one time. But especially with my poetry, I did that. I had and it's kind of like, it wasn't a book, but it's just a bunch of poetry that I wanted copywritten. So I just sent it all at one time. But for the WGA, I like it personally, and this is my opinion, you might disagree with me, but I like it personally because I can get my stuff quick, I can get it hurried, and I can go on about my business. As you see, I have my name, the material, me. If you have other authors, that's like, say for instance, if you did a script and it's more authors, it gives you the option to add all of them. All of the authors, and they'll all be listed on a certificate, and you can pass because they email this to you. So you'll be able to actually print this off or email it to the certificate to whoever else need a copy of it. But this is your official registration, and it does come in your email as soon as you get through registering, probably less than 5-10 minutes, the most, you'll get an email and they'll send you your actual registration for your work. Okay, so back to this. The reason why you should copy your work and your ideas, because people are out here stealing. I'm just going stealing. If you've never experienced it, good for you. People will come right to your productions or read some of your material and go sit down and create something either verbatim almost, or so similar that you know that that's your work. But if you don't have anything in writing, if you haven't submitted your script or your idea or anything like that, then it's your word against their word. I mean, unless you actually put the production on, you have video footage and things like that, that's okay. But still, that's a lot of work that you will have to go to court and present and, you know, have to prove all this and that. So that's the reason why I recommend people to definitely register your work, even if it's just an idea. I have registered ideas, guys. I have my the Texas Indie Awards, that's registered. I sure did. Because it is a show, I could register it. So I registered, and it does require you to have a document. It's not a script to the show. So guess what I did? I have a flyer. Where it asks you to upload your document, I uploaded my flyer for the show, and that was just my proof. So anybody come back and try to say, hey, that's my idea, Texas Indie Filmmaker Awards, I got my documentation to prove differently. And after I did that, I went straight to IMDb and created my IMDb, which that's a whole nother class. But I went straight to IMDb and put it in pre-production. And so these are the things that I recommend for anyone that's out here in the industry that's trying to get your work out here, but is not sure about how to protect yourself. So it's definitely good to use these measures to protect your work. And again, it doesn't have to be a full script, okay? It could be your idea. You can have a treatment. You can write out a whole, like right now, my class, we're working on a script, and it could just be a plot, your plot idea. If you feel like I really like this, I really am nervous about this, I may have shared it with some people, and I don't know, I'm feeling funny about the people that I shared it with, my idea, you run right on over here and register. Upload your plot, because your plot normally is going to have your rising, your falling, all this stuff on it. So you have proof of what you just registered. What you just came up with. So this site, like I say, it's amazing. When I found out about it, I was like, oh my God, because I was spending like $40 a script. And that was, I've been since 2000, I don't know what it is now, because I don't even go over there to US copyright anymore. This is all that I use for right now. But it was costing me being like almost $40 per script, versus this is like $20-25 per script, ideal or content, whatever you're going to upload. That's for non-members. Now it's a different rate. If you become a member, the rate is probably half of that. If any, I think it's half of that, like $7 for members and things like that. Okay. So this site, like I say, this site, it gives you all you need to know, even if you need contracts and things like that for your work. If you're doing your work and you need to figure out, I don't know how to write a contract or what should be in my contract, they actually give you information on here, and you can actually, they will help you with a contract. And the funny thing about this, they talk about low budget, a low budget film or a low budget movie. And when I saw what the low budget rate was, which was $1 million and some change under, that's considered low budget. I think it might have been 11 million or lower was low budget. And I'm sitting up there like, what? That's low budget? Yeah, it's low budget, because they're used to pushing out these 40, 50, $60 million projects. So yeah, that's like low budget to them. But they do have contracts on here for low budget films, so you can actually get in here and look at the contracts and things like that. So if you're writing for somebody, I highly suggest, once you do your contract with them, and then you come here and after you get the script done. But if you don't feel safe, if you feel funny, you feel weird, it's okay to go ahead and submit your work beforehand, or if you want to do the treatment or whatever. The only thing is, once you submit it, you can't come back and edit it. You can't come back and upload it or whatever. So that's kind of based on your feeling. I will wait until the end and then upload it, so you have your script, you pay for it, everything. But I'm just saying, if you feel like something ain't right, or something happened, you might have had a disagreement, and you might, I need to go ahead and copyright this. The script is not finished, but I need to do this for my safety, do it. If you got to pay more money to upload it and do it again, do that. And also use the number, call them. They might say, hey, we already got the script in here, we want to upload it. I have never done that, so I can't even answer that, which I am going to put that in my parking lot, because that's a good question that I need to know myself. So you might be able to call them and ask. But as far as I know, as right now, you just can't go back and edit it once you submit it. Okay, you can't edit it. Once it's gone, basically it's gone. So what I want to do now is stop for a minute, because I got a few more questions, a few more topics and that I got to go through. Do we have any questions right now? I see some more people have joined. Thank y'all for joining. Do we have any questions right now?
So am I to understand though, that you can say, for instance, you've been writing on, maybe you have 5 unfinished stories, and you go ahead and finish them all. you can present them to WGA in a bundle?
Well, you can present them in a bundle, but here's the deal. That's and that's if you just want to save your work, because it's going to have a title. And you can. I mean, that's a safe way to still have a receipt. So you would just be creative with whatever you're going to call the title. You might be Marlene's work or whatever the case may be, because it will come out as a title. You know, you'll have a title on your certificate. Yeah. But they will, once it goes through the, they scan it all in. So you will, if you want to do that just for proof, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Yeah, that's a very good idea. I was talking about the copyright, but I would assume the same thing with them. It's just, it'll just be everything together. So I would highly suggest, when you're ready to separate it, of course, go back and do it separately, and so that you will have that certificate for that particular piece, if that makes sense.
Okay, so it would actually, you could do it like I said, but actually it would be better to separate piece by piece, and it would be $20 each. Is that what
you're saying? Each play, project, script, film, whatever you write, screenplay, it'll be $20 to $25 each. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if, say for instance, if I did separate, but I wanted to house them under Marlene's work, is that possible?
Now that's where I will go through US copyright.
Oh, okay.
If you want to like do a compilation of your work, I would definitely, finished work, meaning everything is finished, right? All the scripts. Yeah, I would do them individually through here, but if you just want something to all of your work, I would definitely recommend US copyright.
Oh, okay. No, this here money. I like this money better.
I like it because it's faster and you get your certificate quicker, and it's a 5-year certificate.
I have a question. Hello, this is Twyla. Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi, Twyla.
Hi. Okay, you said that once you register, it's 5 years. So then after the 5 years is up, because again, you want to make sure that your stuff is protected. What do you have to do? Renew again? And
yes, you would have to re-register it. But at that point, I would definitely go through but within the 5 years, if it's something that I'm really concerned about, I probably would go through the copyright then. So it gives you 5 years to copyright. In my opinion, WGA it's good because it's for the Writers Guild. Your work is protected. But if you're wanting longevity, then I would definitely go through US copyright. But if you're fine with the 5 years, because you're still going to have your certificate, and even though it's expired, you still have access to your certificate to show your work. If somebody trying to do something, you got copyrights, rights of that. But if you're wanting longer, you can either go back and spend the $20-some. But let me go. Hold up. Let me pull up something right quick. US copyright. Let me go to US copyright. What did I do? Where did my screen go? That's a good question. So hold on, I want to show. I'd rather for us to look at it together. I used to copyright everything. I ain't gonna everything.
I do too.
But I don't know. Like I say, I don't even know what the fees are now. That's how long it's been that I've copywritten something through them. Because it was a lot. Okay, so here's the registration. Register your work. And see, they might have gotten smarter because WGA has been blowing them as far as film and stuff like that, scripts has been blowing them out the water.
Okay.
So let's click here. I want to see. Can y'all see it or no?
No, it's
Okay, let me change. I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on, let me reshare. Where is it first? Is this it? Yep, that looks like it. Okay. Okay. So we're here on WGA. Okay,
okay.
and so this is what we was talking about, Marlene, a group of unpublished work. You may register up to 10 unpublished works on the same application with WG, I'm sorry, this is US copyright, y'all. Don't let me confuse y'all. This is US copyright. So you can publish up to 10 works, okay? And I gotta log in, y'all, but let me see if my system's gonna pull it up. If it's gonna pull me in, I haven't logged in, but sometimes they memorize my stuff and I don't. It ain't pulling me up, so I will have to go look for it. Because I haven't used it in so long. But let's see what the fees are since we're here. So it's 40. Okay, so $45 for a single author, same claim in one work, not for hire. Okay. Wow, this, and okay, if you're doing it electronic. Wow, if you doing a paper filing, it costs more, $125. Standard application is $65. If you're doing a group of unpublished work, that's $85. So yeah, the prices have changed. Newspapers, short online literary work. So you can see the fees here for, depends on what you're trying to file. But for me and for what we're, as a writer and what I do, I stick to WGA for right now. So let me get back over there, back to WGA. So that's the difference, guys, the rates. And like I say, you can always, if you want to do, go back and file your stuff, you can, or you could just, go through US copyright. They're going to send you your paper. It takes a little bit longer. They're going to send you your certificate. I got those too. It takes a little bit longer, a lot longer, but you still, so if you have the time, then do it. But for me, I prefer WGA. And another reason why I do it, register a lot of my work through WGA, is because my goal is to be a member of WGA. So I prefer to have my work already in the system, so they can see that I am submitting scripts, that I am. But I know in order to become, they have criteria on how you can get in and become a member, but you have to have written, for some big major project or production or even radio show. It's a lot of different criteria that you would have to go through. And like I said, you could do that on your time, to just go through the site and look at how you can become a member. But that's another reason why I prefer to submit my stuff through them, is because I want them to see how much stuff I'm submitting through them. So they have a record to see, and hopefully, you never know who's watching or what's going on. So I just kind of, and it may not even mean nothing. That might just be in my mind, but I want them to see how much I'm submitting and what I'm doing here in this system. So what I want to do now, any more questions? Because the next step, I'm going to walk you through how to actually enter your stuff. Any more questions? And thank you, Marlene, for your question. Any more? Okay. So basically, you're going to go here where it says the guild. You're going to click there, and over to your left, it says register your script. You will click there and hit register now. So when you go here, this is what it looks like. Oh, there go the renew link for you to renew your script. So somebody asked that question. To be honest, I've never seen the renew link on here. It's been a while that I registered, so they might have updated and add, but I've never seen that on here. So this is actually where may renew. Okay, you can actually renew 3 months before your expiration date. And so I wonder what is the renewal fees? And I bet you won't know until you put some stuff in here and try to register. You know what? We're here. Let's test it. I got my number already up. So we already on here. Somebody asked a question. Let's find out. Let's see. All right, y'all, hold up. I don't know if this is gonna show my social security number. So hold on, y'all. I'm about to stop the share for a minute. Cause I don't know if it's gonna show it or is it gonna give dots. Nope, it's actually showing it. So all right. Okay. So I'm gonna pull it back up and I'm gonna take my social security number out, but I'm gonna pull it back up because I'm gonna show y'all what happened when I tried to put in that script that I just did. Where is it? Okay. It went, if you see right here in red, my line is crooked. You see right there, it literally told me it was too early. It's too early. So it wouldn't even let me do it any earlier than that. But you can register, you can actually go in here, which is a good thing to know, and renew your script. So that's a good thing to know. Okay, so back here to register. So what you would do is you would select the material type. So this is a long list, so let me pull it up to make sure everybody can see it. If you're registering art, if you're an artist and you draw, and that's the thing, a lot of people don't know all the things that you can register. A lot of people think when you say WGA, it's just like scripts, film, movies. No, you can register animation, your art. If you have an autobiography, you can register a Bible, your bio, a book, commercial, a concept. If it's something like I have several concepts that I've registered, documentary, format. If you got a format, game show. I don't know this one. I don't know what the heck this is. IPRUs only. I don't know what that is, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what that is. Lyrics, manuscript, music, musical, notes. If you got some notes that, hey, you might have sat down with some people and some notes and they all got the same notes. You might have ran copies of your notes and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I just gave out my notes and I'm not, register your notes. Of course, other outline, again, outline. If you got a photograph, y'all know how much we put our stuff out here on Instagram, Facebook, and people are stealing your photos and acting like they took them. You can literally get on here and register your photos. A pilot, if you have a pitch idea, your play, your poems, if you got a proposal, you can register that. If you just got a scene, you can register that. Screenplay, your script, series, a short sketch, spec, story, synopsis, teleplay, trailer, a translation, a treatment, any of these items that you may have, you can register. So over here, you're going to put your intended medium. Okay, it could be an interactive, literary, music, online, digital, radio, screen, stage, TV, unspecified. If you don't have an idea of what you want to do with it, then that VC or a video game. So any of those mediums, you can actually pick what you wanted to do. Like I say, when I did mine for Texas Indie Film, I put it as TV because that's my show. So eventually, you put your title. See all the stuff has got popped up, all the stuff on the register. Your title. Then you add. What I love about this is because when I first started doing it, they did not ask you for your social security number, driver license. They usually didn't ask you for any of this. So Now your work will be tied to either your driver's license, Social Security, or if you're a member and you got a WGA account number, then you can enter your WGA account number or other government issue ID. I love this feature because now my work is tied to my Social Security number on my driver's license. I don't have a WGA, but yeah, my work is tied to me. So I love when they started doing this, I'm like, oh my God, that made me feel even more safe that my work is tied to me. Of course, you'll put your full legal name. Don't put any stage names unless it's legal. If you got your stage name legal, then of course, but they want you to put your legal name here. All the information there, phone zip. So this is where you add your authors. Okay, you can add up to 10 authors. So if, say for instance, if you're doing a web series and you got a lot of authors and things like that, then you can come here and actually add all your authors and stuff like that. Not sure. Okay, so I should have been able to add my authors, but that's all right. That don't matter. But you can add your authors there. Okay, so it's $20. Okay, so when you get to this page, you verify all of your information right here, and then you will enter your payment information, and then you will click here to go through and find all your files. You browse your files, and it gives you a little message that your credit card will be charged when you hit the register item button. Once you hit the register this item, I promise you within 5 to 10 minutes, your registration certificate will be sent to you, and it should have all of this information up here should be listed on that, your registered item, and it will have your name like it's looked on my other one. But y'all, this is how simple it is to register y'all work. And I don't know why people don't do it. I really don't. I don't see why people do. Angela, I see you got, can your work be registered with both U.S. copyright and WGA? Yes, it can. That's two different entities. So yes, if you feel more safe, do it with both. Double the coverage. Hey, it ain't gonna hurt. But yes, it can. So like I said, this is simple, it's easy. I don't know why, again, a lot of people don't register their work. A lot of people may not know what they can do with this system, but I love WGA. And when I found out about it, this is where I've been ever since. Now that I know they got all these new features with the renew, because that wasn't there, and I'm glad to see they got that now. That makes it even easier because I got some stuff now that I'm going to go back and renew. Hopefully it's less than $20 for renewing, but I got a lot of stuff I need to renew. And that's basically about it. I like this. They got a lot of industry links too on this writing tools. Click on that because they do have a lot of industry information, tools, links, all of this stuff. But this, again, y'all, WGA is definitely a tool that you want to add to your industry career to make things a lot easier on you and protect you, your work, and your ideas. Because unfortunately, it is people out here that want to take your work, and they will. And I know a lot of people personally that this has happened to. And it's a sad thing when that happens, and it's nothing that you could do because you didn't register your work or you don't have any proof or anything like that. I actually just talked to a lady a couple of months ago where she and another lady was working together on something, and a situation came up between the two of them, and it was a sad situation, and she didn't have anything to prove that she was working. So, you know, I don't know. I didn't know what else to tell her, and she didn't know about WGA. You know, that she could have quickly protected herself simply by going here to register her work. So, yeah. So do I have any other questions? Any questions at all? We are open. Do y'all think it's easy, simple, hard? Will y'all be using this? Talk to me.
I think it's this is for I think it's very simple and it's very convenient because I'm familiar with the U.S. copyright and it does take a long time to get your stuff and
Mm-hmm.
and it is very costly because I do remember the 125 when I submitted something paper, and then also what was my other thought I was going? Oh, hold on. Oh, I had two points I was going to make. That was one. And then the other one was thank you for the idea and the concepts. You said that we need to register our ideas and concepts as well, because that is
Mm-hmm.
a good point too. And you broke down how you submitted the flyer and everything. So thank you for that. That is something we definitely need to do and know.
Yes, you are welcome, because a lot of times we think, oh, I don't have anything just like a full script, and you think that's what you have to have. No, y'all,
Right.
it's people out here sitting down talking to you just like I'm talking to you, and you so excited about your idea and bloop, 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 you shared it, and they will run off with your stuff.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
it's worth the $20, y'all. It's worth it. Thank you, Twyla.
Thank you.
Anybody else? I love the feedback.
Yeah, this is Tammy. Hey, Jeanette. Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Yeah,
I know you and I were supposed to been having a sit down about this. I'm glad you jumped on.
oh yeah. I think you had brought this up a while back too, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken, and I immediately jumped on it and registered my work. But yeah,
Yay.
I love the how like you can get everything that you want quickly, because I have one item through the US copyright and it is a longer process, and it just feels like it's just more tedious information, like things that you have to try to comb through, where this was so easy. And then just listening today, I'm like, I haven't been back on here for a minute, but just all the things that they offer on the WGA is amazing too. So I really
Yes.
have to go back through this, especially with contracts and all of that, to get a better know of that information.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
I'm glad.
that.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. I'm glad to know that you got on here and definitely got your work in. And I'm telling you, because I registered so much through US copyright. When I found out about that, I say, oh God, you are here. You are there.
Yeah, right,
Because
absolutely.
you literally be pulling your hair out when they want, it is so tedious to
And
register something.
and what I thought, what it and also it's like, especially if want to hurry up and try to get something done, like if you want to film something, like you want to know that you got that certificate right there at your disposal at the drop of a hat, versus waiting on US copyright, makes you feel just even more secure that you can
Right.
film your stuff and not feel like anybody will take your stuff. So that too is a good thing to know. And I think I had heard once, like I think somebody asked just a minute ago too, but that even though you have the WGA and it gives you 5 years, that you could still take what you registered with WGA and copyright to go through US copyright, because we know, I think that is like forever or long
Right.
time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if you decide to, okay, I got this now, at least I know I got some kind of protection.
Protection.
And then if you
Right.
want to just make sure, but the renewal, so I saw that too. So I'm like, I didn't see that when I registered my work either. So that's good to know too, that you can renew it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I'll let y'all know how much it costs, because I promise when I go pull out because I keep all of my copyright, my certificates in like a folder. So I have like all of them, like all of my stuff in a folder. So I got to go get that folder and go back through, because I know from my ones from way back, some of them probably, either, if they're not expired, they're pretty close. Should be expired. Some of them probably should be expired. But a lot of them I had already copywritten anyway, but I just want to test one of them just to see how that renewal process work. So yeah, but thank you, Tammy. I'm so glad to know that this class really shed some light, and for the contracts and for all of this other information. WGA is our site, y'all, for the writers. This is our, I mean, man, I just get in here and get excited just to read all the news and events, and they got the writers room, and I mean, it's just so much information, y'all. Just get in here, dig in, connect, and learn. I mean, it's just so much that we can learn just by jumping on these places, and we belong in these places. So get in these places and learn from it. You know, get in here and just take advantage of it. Anybody else? Anybody else? I told y'all, I want to thank y'all for joining Ladies in Film pop-up classes. I definitely want to, we're going to be doing a lot more next year. I know we still kind of trying to recoup from this pandemic, and, you know, getting back out here and doing things and doing face-to-face classes. So I can't wait till we can do face-to-face. But I like these because it's people that are able to join that are not here in my city. They're able to get on and jump on the Zoom calls and stuff like that. So these will continue, the pop-ups, and just keep looking out. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and this will go on YouTube. Subscribe to our Instagram and all of our social media platforms to kind of learn what these are. We want to be able to continue to give back, give the pop-up. We call them pop-up because we never know when somebody's time is available. And they say, you know what, I'm not doing anything this next month. I want to do a pop-up. And that's what we encourage our members, to, you know, our leaders in the organization to do, is to kind of give back to the community. And I want to be able to do it without having to put a fee on it. And you show up and just come in here and learn and grow as writers. So we want to definitely be that tool and that resource for you guys. So definitely, if you enjoyed it, please go on my social media and tag me and just say something about the class. I don't mind if you screenshot the class, if you want to take a picture of whatever, you know, we were doing. I don't have a problem with that. But we just want to be able to show what Ladies in Film and Television is doing out here in the community, and that we are giving back, and that we are trying to share the knowledge with you all. So I thank you all so much for joining the class tonight. I'm excited that you learned something, and take these tools, use them, and continue to write and continue to be the creatives that you are. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, Jeanette, I'm sorry, I have one more question.
Sure.
You said the classes, even the ones that we attended in the past, you said they're available on the YouTube in case we need to go back and look at something, or?
Yes, we try to get them uploaded to YouTube. Some of them are out there, depending on if we needed to edit some stuff. Cause, you know, I be talking, they don't tell me what I might have said, and it don't need to be on YouTube. I'm just saying. So we have to go through them, y'all. They got to check me out because they be talking. But yeah, but for the most part, a lot of them are out there, a few of them. And we want to try to put these out there so that people can go and watch them and learn. So yeah, this one will go on YouTube because I was good tonight. So I'm gonna cut this part out. I was good. So this is good. This is good enough to get on YouTube. So yeah, we will.
Thank you, Jeanette.
So if you missed the beginning, we will upload it once Zoom send us our link, and we'll get it uploaded so y'all can watch it. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much. And again, thanks for sharing. And tag me and let me know how I did, so my board can know that their CEO is doing the work out here in the community that I'm working. Because they judge me, y'all. They judge me. If I ain't right, I gotta walk the walk, you know, as well. So yeah, let them know that I did good. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Anybody else? All right. Thank y'all so much for joining. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your night anyway.
You
Night.
too.